Good morning, guys. It's my second day here in Split. For today's video, it's gonna be kinda different. Kasi sabi ko yesterday, dapat mag-island tour ako. So kinagabihan nag-book ako ng tour with Andre. So pumunta dapat kami ngayon. Kaso nag-text yung um, organizer ng organizer ng tour kasi maulan today. Ayan. So 10:30 na umaga. So lalabas sana ako pero maulan pa rin sa labas. So I think I'd rather wait na lang. Feeling ko naman hupa yung ulan. Inom muna ako ng kape. Kape muna tayo, guys. So anyways, for today's content na lang, isip ko, habang naghihintay ng ulan, sabi ko mag-ano na lang ako. Mag-video na lang ako. And I thought of sharing you my story na lang, 'di ba? Kukwento na lang tayo kasi wala naman ako kasama today and kayo lang naman yung mga nanonood dyan, pwede kong makakwentuhan. But I'd like to share my own story, kung paano ako nagsimula, how my life was in the Philippines and then me moving to the United Kingdom. So my friends, paano ba to? Ano gagawin? Ayan, so my friends and family called me Red. Yan, R-E-D. Like the color. And what else? I'm in my 30s. And I'm a Scorpio. Pwede na ba yun? So, pinanganak ako sa Binondo, Manila. And then, when I was 5 or 6, my family moved to Oriental Mindoro kasi originally taga Mindoro yung tatay ko. So, ayun. Most of my childhood years are spent in Oriental Mindoro. So, nandun ako since I was 6 until mag-graduate ako from high school. Alam mo, ngayon ko lang na-realize na na iba't ibang religion pala yung kung saan ako na-expose, no, growing up during my school years. Kasi nung kindergarten sa Mindoro, nasa Baptist ako. So yung school owned siya by the Baptist Church. And then I left. Nilipat ako ng parents ko kasi kailangan ko mag-elementary. So kasi wala namang elementary school do sa Baptist Church. So nag-elementary school ako and then that was owned by Seventh-day Adventist. So I stayed there for 6 years. So doon ko tinapos yung buong grade school years ko. And then after that, ng high school, Catholic Church naman. So kindergarten, Baptist, grade school, Seventh-day Adventist, and then high school, Catholic Church. And then, nung nag-college na ako, ayun, Catholic school pa rin siya. Catholic University. Anyways, so when I finished my high school, that was in 2005. So kayo na lang mag-compute kung ilang taon na ako. I finished my high school in 2005 and then I moved to Las Piñas to finish my uni. So I took up a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And then I finished in 2009. So regular student, di naman na-delay, wala namang bagsak. I graduated just a normal student. Hindi ako summa cum laude. Mas lalo lang hindi ako magna cum laude. But I was Dean's Lister, part of the Dean's List for a couple of years. And then eventually, nung mga third year and fourth year niya, kasi medyo humihirap na. So eventually, nawala na ako sa Dean's List. And then in 2009, I started to look for jobs. Kasi right after graduation, nag-review na ako for the board exam. That was like from March or April of 2009 until June of 2009. Yan. Kasi mga June ata yung board exam dun eh. And then after 3 weeks or 4 weeks, sa mga bandang July, dun ko na laman yung board exam results. So I passed the first time, license RN agad, right after graduating. And then I started looking for jobs. Back then, napakahirap humanap ng trabaho as a nurse. Kasi sobrang dami namin dati. I still remember when I was in college. Kami yung pinakamaraming kami yung pinakamalaking part ng population sa buong university. Tapos napakadami naming sections nun. So, competition was really tough back then. Tapos, may mga ibang hospital pa nga na, I mean, china-charge kami. China-charge yung mga nurses para lang makapagtrabaho o makagain ng experience sa hospital. Kita mo yun, di ba? So kami pa yung mga magbabayad para kami mag-work dun sa hospital. Which was crazy back then. And my family convinced me na to go back home sa Oriental Mindoro. Get some experience na lang dun sa district hospital namin. Which I did. In October or November of 2009, I left Manila. I left Las Piñas. And then went back home to Oriental Mindoro, and then nag-volunteer ako sa isang district hospital nun. I was a volunteer. So, grabe, matandaan talaga ako sa mga dates yan. I was a volunteer for 9 months. Ano yan? Diretso yan. Walang bayad yan. Siguro pakonsyelo na lang kung minsan kapag may mga natitirang pagkain sa kitchen. Yung mga hindi nasa-serve na patient's food, ayan. So, after 9 months, nagkaroon ako ng item sa munisipyo. And then, I still remember I was earning 4,000 pesos noon a month as a nurse. Kasi yung kontrata ko sa munisipyo. That's for like a couple of months. And then, eventually, tumaas yung papel ko. So, when you say tumaas yung papel, so nilipat yung position ko. So, ano na siya ng provincial government. So, tumaas naman yung sweldo ko noon. Mga nasa 7,000 pesos per month naman yun. As a nurse dun sa district hospital. But still a contractual employee. So, every 3 months every 3 months yung kontrata namin. Tapos, ni-renew siya after. And then, in 2011, yan, tanda. In 2011, may bagong president na naluklok. What I heard was kailangang i-terminate lahat ng contract kasi may mga change in, I don't know, ganun ata talaga pag contractual, tsaka nasa gobyerno ka. So, tinerminate lahat ng tinerminate lahat ng contracts namin, and we were told to do volunteer work muna while they're still sorting out yung panibagong set of contracts for healthcare workers. After staying there for almost 2 years, so ano yan, volunteer tsaka employment sa district hospital. So I decided na parang hindi na siya for me. Siguro burnout na rin, and then parang as a young adult, naisip mo na parang gusto mong kumita ng pera, di ba, agad-agad na parang, ay, nako, parang hindi ako kikita ng pera dito, parang hindi magiging stable yung future ko as a nurse if I stayed longer here. So, in July of 2011, I left. July 31st, yung last day of work ko sa hospital. August 1st mismo, biyahe agad ako papuntang Manila, and then I stayed with my brother kasi nagtitraining yung kapatid ko doon. Yung isang kapatid na lalaki, nagtitraining siya sa Manila. So, he's staying in Sampaloc, Manila. So, doon muna ako tumuloy while looking for a job. Natatandaan ko pa noon kasi since meron na akong konting experience from a level 1 hospital, nag-try ulit ako maghanap ng work abroad. So nakita ko yung mga agencies sa may Malate, Manila. Ayan, nagpasa ako ng maraming CV going to the Middle East. Saudi, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, yan. Kasi sabi nila ang stepping stone mo daw is Middle East before you go to, I don't know, US, Canada, Australia, or the UK. Yun daw yung pinakamabilis na route. So if you want to start, so doon ka muna sa Middle East. And then after 2 weeks, walang tumatawag. Grabe. So wala pa akong trabaho noon kasi wala pa rin masyadong ipon. And then I came across this ad. They said they're looking for healthcare workers, ganyan-ganyan. And then parang office job. So yung parang yun natin nakalagay sa ad nun. And then pumunta ako dun sa I think workshop. And then ending call center pala siya. So parang training pala siya for call center. Sabi ko, bakit healthcare workers? Hindi ko mag-gets. But anyway, since bumiyahin na ako, and medyo hassle yung biyahe, parang sige na nga, matenda nga ako. So, ang gagawin doon, training, and then, after a few hours, may mga interviews and exam. And then, parang hiring process. Yun, yung entire hiring process, ganun siya. Ay, nako, nakakaloka. And then, eventually, pumasa ako sa final interview. So I got a job sa call center, which I did not expect. Pero since wala na akong pera noon and I was looking for a job, parang okay, sige. Nag-sign na ako ng contract. Kasi kailangan ko talaga kumita ng pera eh. And then wala rin naman tumatawag from the manpower agencies. Parang okay, sige. Ayun. And then, doon na nag-start yung call center career ko. It's one of the biggest companies in the Philippines at that time. I started in August of 2011. And then, sabi ko nga sa sarili ko, 2 years lang eh. Dapat 2 years lang yung itatagal ko sa company and then I'm gonna leave. Ayun. Pero, to cut this short, tumanggal ako for more than 10 years. Sabi ko, 2 years lang eh. Actually, almost 12 years pala. Ayan. Naging call center representative ako or customer service representative ako for a total of 4 years. That's from 2011 to 2015. And then in October 2015, na-promote ako as a trainer. Ayan. For new hires. So that's my first promotion since I started do sa company yon. And then doon na nagtuloy-tuloy yung career advancement ko. Kung saan din ako napunta mga program. So, hindi lang siya isang program or campaign, as others would say it. And then, in 2015, naging trainer ako. And then, 2017, nag-close yung isang account, yung domicile account ko. So, nilipat ako na ibang account, 2017. And then, merong isang promotion, pero I have to transfer sa isa pang site. That time kasi sa Makati ako naka-base nun. And then the promotion is in Alabang, which is good kasi it's a promotion and at the same time mas malapit siya sa tinitira kong apartment kasi that time Las Piñas pa rin yung apartment ko. So in 2019 lumipat ako ng Alabang. So doon na nag-start na parang medyo guminhawa yung buhay ko in terms of commute. Kasi first few years parang during the first few years ko sa call center, dati bumabiyahe ko from Manila to Makati, and then in 2013 from Las Piñas naman to Makati, and then nung na-promote na ako, ang biyahe ko na is from Las Piñas to Alabang. Ayan. And then in 2019, promotion siya, and at the same time, I'm supporting one of the biggest programs or campaigns in the in the country, I would say. Sa country ba? O siguro in that company na lang. So one of the biggest programs or campaigns sa company sa call center na yun. So ano ha, same company pa rin to ha since 2011. So ayun. And then come the pandemic, diretso pa rin ang work. Trainer pa rin ako that time, senior trainer na, and then there was a time na kailangan mag-work from home because of the pandemic. So may mga konting adjustments and all. Hindi ko siya ma-detalye ng todo. Pero in 2022, that's my 10th year. 10th year. Tama ba? No, 2021. Tama. 2021 to 2022. Dun na ako nag-start na ma-feel yung parang long-term burnout because of what I do. Ano siya? On and off siya. On and off siya. Although okay naman yung incentives, okay yung pay, I get appraisals, salary raise, may mga incentives, but the thing is parang it's causing me it's taking a toll on me, di ba? Oh, taray. Di ba? I get sleepless nights, I get anxiety. Hindi na siya parang nako-compromise na yung well-being ko, kumbaga. And then I decided to look for another career. Pero syempre, hindi ka naman pwede basta-basta aalis, di ba? You have to prepare bago ka umalis. So I tried learning e-commerce. Yan, nag-apply ako nag-apply ako ng online course how to learn e-commerce. Yung mga Shopify na yan, ganyan. I even enrolled sa isang Spanish class kasi gusto ko maging Spanish rep na lang. Kasi malaki daw yung sahod pag Spanish representative ka. I even tried yung pag-freelance. I enrolled in a course how to do social media marketing, social media management, copywriting, kung anik-anik pa. So I finished those courses, but the challenge is parang, paano ako mag-start? 'Di ba? Ang hirap magsimula. That was in 2023. Ayan. End ng 2022. Yan. And then, nung start ng 2023, January to, umattend ako ng isang reunion / farewell party. Kasi yung isang teammate namin UK. Ayan, shoutout kay Jean. Sobrang malaki utang na loob ko dyan. Anyways, yung umattend ako ng farewell party / reunion. So catch up ng mga anik-anik about sa buhay, mga life updates and all. And then I told them about my story. And then si Jean, siya yung nag-convince sa akin na bumalik sa pagiging nurse. Sabi niya sa akin, oh, di ba nurse ka? Oh, bakit hindi ka mag-nursing na lang ulit? Di ba? And then, yung isa palang kasama namin, pinoprocess na pala yung, yung papers niya. Kasi, alam mo, dati, kinukonsider ko naman talaga mag-nursing ulit. Kaso, ang problema, wala akong experience. Diba, ang tagal ko sa call center, like more than 10 years. Diba, almost 12 years nga eh. And then, feeling ko kasi hindi na ako competent enough, hindi na updated yung mga alam ko. And, he convinced me na merong training naman pala. So, mayroong refresher, ganyan-ganyan. So, to cut things short, by February, mid-Feb, ayan, nag-resign na ako. So, nag-resign ako sa call center and moved to one of the biggest hospitals in the metro and started working as a bedside nurse. Ang huling work ko as a bedside nurse was in 2011 and then bumalik ulit ako in 2023. So parang almost 12 years na gap, no? Pero the transition was structured. I won't say na smooth siya 100%, but I'll say it's structured kasi hindi siya basta salang agad sa bedside. Hindi siya yung tipong, okay, 1 or 2 days orientation tapos may handle ka ng pasyente. Kudos naman sa hospital na pinagtrabahuhan ko. So meron kaming 3 or 4 weeks na training. So that's a combination of lectures, return demo, mga skills assessment, return demonstration or RETDEM, 'di ba? Ayan. And then after, meron kaming transition phase, meron kaming preceptor. So meron preceptorship phase. Meron kaming senior nurse na nagsha-shadow kami, we observe. And then eventually binigyan kami ng 1 patient, 2, and then eventually full 5 patient. So 1:5 siya dun sa ward namin. And then I thought I'm gonna stay there for like 2 years kasi sabi ko, kasi kailangan at least 2 years ata. Or 1 year or 2 years ang kailangan bago mapag-abroad. Yun akala ko. And then eventually, nalaman ko from the agency, at least 6 months that time At least 6 months, pwede na ako mag-apply and start the process ng application. On my 6th month, nag-start na akong mag-take na my exams. On my 6th month talaga siya. So, IELTS exam ko agad yun. Eventually, napasa ko siya. That's the English exam. And then, that's in September. And then, the following month, October, written exam naman siya. So, they call it CBT. Sabi sa akin ng agency, if I get to pass that exam, alis na ako ng January of 2024. So, papuntang UK na siya. So, medyo kabado na ako. So, parang make or break to, no? I still remember going into the exam room. Natatandaan ko pa kung saan ako nakaupo. Some questions dun sa exam. I still remember the moment I stepped out of the door. I went to the receptionist and took my results. Kasi doon, pagkatapos mo, ibibigay agad sa yung results. So, malalaman mo agad kung pasado o bagsak ka. So, which is okay din naman kasi at least wala na yung agony of waiting, no? Yung agony ng anticipation kung papasa ka ba o hindi. And then, eventually, binigay sa akin yung papel and then I saw na pasado ako for both. Kasi 2 parts ng exam yun eh. So, you have to pass both. So, pasado ako. Kala ko medyo matagal pa yung 3 months na yun pero parang ang bilis din pala. Inassist ko pa yung mga physical exams, yung papers, and then yung visa application, visa processing, ayan, and yung waiting for the visa. And I'm very thankful dun sa agency ko kasi very well guided kami mga applicants along the way. Sobrang pasalamat ko sa kanila. And then eventually I got my visa. I had my flight details. 8 kaming Pilipino noon eh. I-deploy sa UK. And then January, so I got to spend my Christmas and New Year with my family. Yun yung huling beses na kompleto kami magkakasama. So my brother lives in Mindoro, pero he works abroad kasi as a seaman, and then my sister is based in Mindoro. And then ako eventually nag-boom na dito from Manila. And then that's the last time magkakasama kami, and we had fun, we had a good time bago ako umalis nung January of 2024. Ayan, moving to the UK for the first time. Grabe. How do I start? Parang dalawang episode to, no? Parang hindi ko alam kung paano siya i-edit. Pero sige, dahil nagkukwentuhan naman tayo. Moving to the UK for the first time, hindi siya easy ha, kasi I never lived abroad. Siyempre yung una mga feeling turista ka muna, di ba? London yan eh. So, ikot-ikot ka muna and then eventually you get to adjust. Di ba? Kung ano yung norms, ano yung mga daily routine, ganyan. And then, we're told pala na we need to pass one last exam. Diba? So, I took the English exam, I've done the written exam, pero yung last kasi is the practical exam, so they call it OSCE. It's a 3-hour exam, which is a combination of both written and skills assessment. So, ano siya, magde-demonstrate ka while explaining in front of the assessor, and then your assessor will evaluate you and they'll decide if they're gonna pass you or not. So, ganun siya. And moving to the UK, working in a NHS trust, I'm so thankful dun sa mga educators namin kasi we're given enough time to practice and prepare for the OSCE. I remember ang OSCE namin was the end of March. No, end of March. No, not end of March. End of Feb. Yeah. End of Feb. So, nag-move kami sa UK ng 12 of January. And then, nag-start yung first class namin 15th of January. So, we're given like 5 weeks to prepare and review. Tapos, naalala ko, nagpa-practice pa kami sa bahay niya, sa flat. Na provide ng hospital. So, review kami for 6 weeks. And then, after that, yung exam namin, yung practical exam. And then after that, mga 2 weeks din ata ang hinintay namin. And then we got the result ng second week of March, I'd say 2024. And then, ayun na. So I got my PIN. I'm a registered nurse in the UK. And sobrang saya. That's one of my proudest achievements so far, I'd say. Alam mo sa moment na kinikwento ko to, parang nababalikan ko, parang wow, grabe pala, no? Yung mga, yung mga pinagdaanan ko in terms of career, no? And then moving to another country in your mid-30s, it's a different struggle, di ba? But ayun, so I'm currently working sa geriatric ward, older people ward. So I started as a band 5, which is a bedside nurse. And then in October of 2025, I got promoted as a band 6 nurse in charge. And so, maraming experience, maraming learnings. I get to work with different people, different background, different cultures. It's always a learning experience working with different people, working with different patients, diba? And still thankful kasi I get to experience all of these. I get to travel. So, nandito nga ako ngayon sa Croatia, no? Kasi naka-paid leave ako. And I'm still hoping for better things to come, 'di ba? Ganoon naman tayo eh. So always striving to learn and grow and become a better person, 'di ba? So, ayun lang. So, it's a nice experience sharing this with you guys. Speaking or sharing a piece of my life in front of the camera. Siguro yung mga ibang mga friends ko na nanonood, alam na nila ibang part dito. Pero, ayun lang naman. So, thank you so much guys for watching and see you next time. Bye!